Three amazing things which you can learn from the book Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. And this is the part 3 of this video series. So let's get started. Number 1 is associate with positive people. You might have heard the axiom that tell me who you hang out with and I will tell you who you are. In this, the author shares a story stating that there was a boy known as Mike. Mike was a boy who used to stay with the boys who just used to sit in one area and used to watch cars go by. They were always negative, they were aimless, they were having no dreams at all. When Mike used to say them to have a goal in their life or something, they used to say, "It's stupid, it's not cool." Now, Mike says that this was his attitude also because he associated with such people. He was also negative, he was also aimless person. But when he went off to college, what happened was he met a lot of people who were negative also. But he met with a lot of people who were positive, who were having goals. And these positive people influenced him a lot. In their association, what happened is Mike started having dreams in his life. He started believing in himself. He started becoming positive. He started working hard in his life. And what gradually happened is currently Mike is very successful and he is having a good video production company and a good family too. So what the author wants to say is associate with positive people in your life. Because when you are associating with them, you absorb their potentials, you absorb their attitudes. This is the thing. In today's literature, we study two things, that is toxic people and nourishing people. Toxic people are the ones who are always negative, who dwell always on the negative side of the world, while nourishing people, they are the kind of people who always pushes you towards your growth. They are the people who say you to do this, to become such a good person in your life. They are always your mentors, they are your guides, who leads you towards success. They are the nourishing people. Some psychologists and famous personalities also call toxic people as dream vampires, dream killers, energy vampires. So these are the names which toxic people get. Also there is a theory which is smoky sponges theory. It says that humans are like sponge. They absorb their atmosphere. They absorb the kind of people they stay with. If they stay with negative kind of people, they will absorb, they will soak up the negativity. On the contrary, if they stay with the positive people, they soak up the positivity in themselves. So, the main point is associate with positive people. This was the first point. And number 2 is confront your fears. Author says that show me a successful person and I'll show you someone who confronts his or her fears and takes actions. Now by confronting your fears, author never means to do bungee jumping, to dive off the cliff. He means that you have to face the fears which are an obstacle for your personal, professional life, which are vital for your success. You have to face that fears. Now here is a diagram showing a circle. Inside of it is your comfort zone and outside there is a X, which is your fear, which you have to face to be successful. That X is very vital for your success and it is out of your comfort zone and you have to achieve it. And this can only be achieved by moving out of this circle. Author asks, what is the advantage which you get by not confronting your fear? One is that you are not facing anxiety. You will not feel anxiety. That is, if you are not confronting your fears, you will not be terrified. You will not be feeling anxiety. This is the advantage you should get. Any other advantage you know? Author says you have no other advantage of not confronting your fears. So confront them. Yeah, it's a bit anxietyful. You will feel a bit lower in the initial days, but later on when you will be habitual of it, you will feel motivated for confronting your fears. Author shares his own story stating that in his earlier life, he never went for a date. And that's why he was never rejected. But this was the thing which do you think motivated him? Actually not. He felt very lonely because of no person in his life with whom he can love, he can share his feelings. So because of this, many years he stayed single. Now what happened was he decided to confront his fear and started going for dates. And now he is happily married for more than 30 years with a lady named Dolores. And he says that that decision to confront his fear and go for dates, this only motivated him to go and meet girls. And he met Dolores, and successfully they have married for more than 30 years. So this is what the author wants to say, is you have to confront your fears. And while doing it, consider yourself an immediate winner. Because you are not a winner by the results. You are a winner by trying. You are confronting your fears, entering into your non-comfortable zone. This is the thing which is making you a winner. So confront your fears and see the magic. This is the second point. And number 3 is get out and fail. Henry Ford has said that failure are only the opportunities to more intelligently begin again. I believe that failures never comes to despair us, but to teach us a lesson. Success can't. Remember how you learned to ride a bicycle? Firstly, you started with training wheels. You learned in that. Then, when those wheels were removed, someone was there to support you. They helped you to balance. And after some time, they also went out and you were the only one who were riding the bicycle without any support. Sometimes you fall down, but you rise again, you try again, and finally, today, you are the person who are riding a bicycle, who are riding a bike, and many motor vehicles as well. So what the author wants to say is, go out and fail, because failures are always offerings of the lessons which you can learn. Successful people are the ones who fails a lot, and most importantly, when they fail, they learn from their mistakes. Their failures never goes vague. If you have learned nothing from your failure, it was a vague. Your failure, your chance, it went vague. There are only 2 things. The first is your success, and the next is your failure with a lesson. If it is a failure without a lesson, it is a vague. It's useless. So when you fail, find out why you failed. Get to know about it. Learn a lesson from it and work upon it. Author shares an example stating that there were 2 people. They wrote a book with a lot of motivational stories. They went to the first publisher. He rejected. Second, rejected. Third publisher, rejected, and so on. They went to the 33rd publisher. He also rejected. Now, they came till 33rd. This means that their attitude was positive. They were trying and trying and trying even after a lot of failures. And finally, when they went to the 34th publisher, he said yes. And now the book is a huge success, which is chicken soup for the soul. So what the author wants to say is, failures are not the end of the line. You only fail when you quit. Quitting is final. So don't quit. Work hard, learn from your failures, and work upon your mistakes. And you can easily lead to success with your consistency, with your perseverance. So that was the third point. That is, go out and fail. These were the 3 things which I learned from the book Attitude is Everything. And these were the things which I wanted to share with you as well. I hope you liked the content. And if you have come so far, thank you so much for listening. See you in the next video.